Hey, good morning everyone. This is TC, your guiding chariot. Welcome to your daily reading. This is going to be for April, what is today? April 4th? Pretty sure it's April 4th. Thank you everyone who's been sending me well wishes. I've kind of been out the past few days, just needed some rest and just all kinds of things. But thank you for everyone who's been sending me well wishes and sending me love. I send it back to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm kind of looking forward to today on a personal note. I definitely could use this transit coming in today. So we really only have one major one. Moon is in a sextile to Mars. Great energy, usually just brings some extra push, extra health, vitality. You're feeling more motivated. For some of you, this can bring an opportunity for like monetary gain. Sometimes there's some kind of new opportunity that can lead to some growth in some aspect, so that is always exciting. Our rune today, we got Laguz, rune of water, going with the flow. I think for some of us, I was talking about, especially for whose aspect is kind of bringing in some type of new opportunity for some type of monetary gain or anything like that. This rune does speak to some type of chance opportunity, something unexpected, hence the go with the flow energy. I think for most of us, and I think a lot of us, this could be happening on, I want to say mostly a personal level, and then some of us professional, some of us, could be with a partner. But I think for most of us, this rune is really speaking to the need or the necessity to step into the unknown in a way that it's like, it's time to step forward, or it's time to make moves, even though there isn't a guarantee, if that makes sense. And I think a lot of us, turn to some type of divination, or, like to just partner with a friend. You don't want to make a move until you know it's the right thing. Like, okay, if I put in this effort, I want to know it's going to pay off. Like, that's just human. You know what I mean? But I think in this present moment, it's kind of like the divine saying, hey, so I know you're working on some things. I know you have some goals. I know this is something you think could get you there. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I need you to try regardless. Is kind of what I'm getting. So, like I said, chance opportunity, a very big thing when this rune comes up. Also kind of relates to the aspect. So, if something comes up, even if you don't know all the details, assuming you don't have any red flags other than it's a step outside of your comfort zone and you feel a little iffy about it, as long as you're not noticing anything major, like any warning signs, I think this is going to be something that you should take. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, I think you still learn something, or you gain the experience, or you open up your perspective because of this chance opportunity. So, moral of today's story, go with the flow. Ride that wave. It makes me think of when I went whitewater rafting, and I remember I was stunned that the raft has like the little walls, and in my head I was thinking you like sit inside so you're safe, you've got like a buffer between you and the rapids, and then you're like leaning over and paddling. And then when they were coaching us, I was like, no, you sit on the raft and you lean out of the boat. I'm like, I'm sorry, you want me to what? And then they go through if you happen to fall out, this is what you do. What? But even the advice for that, if you are to fall out the boat, is literally to float on your back, face up, feet forward, and just kind of float, go along. Like that's part of it. I'm making it real simple. But essentially you go with the river. You don't fight the river. Same thing for today. You're not going to fight life. I also think of Jurassic Park, life always finds a way. Life is trying to find a way for you to move forward. So if some opportunities pop up, even if you don't entirely know what they're for, what they mean, what they're going to do, doesn't mean this isn't going to be the moment to take. All right? So go with the flow. Let this river take you. All right? So with all this talk about some chance opportunities, I whipped up the Oracle of Mystical Moments, because I think for some of us, there is going to be a mystical moment today. Whoa! Oh my god, I wish you could have seen that. They those cards, I was shuffling, and those cards literally jumped out of the top of the deck and flew up in front of my face and then came down. That was hilarious. All right, what do we get? Beautiful. I feel like I'm looking at like two pageant queens. So we've got, here we are with Miss Sunshine. And then we've also got Queen Bee. Oh, is it focusing? You can check her out. But right, does it? I feel like they're two like beauty queens. Like they're title holders. Little Miss Sunshine and Little Miss Queen Bee. I'm into it. All right. Okay, you know what? As I look at Miss Sunshine, and I want you guys to kind of look at it with me, but as I look at this card, I definitely see us shining, being radiant. If you watched yesterday's daily, I believe it was yesterday's, where I talked about, sorry about that, where I talked about being the light. I definitely think that's carrying on here with Miss Sunshine. You can kind of see her, you know, being radiant. It's almost like she has like a halo behind her. I almost want to say it's just kind of like the sun shining down on her, in her presence. But I'm kind of drawn to underneath her. So she's Little Miss Sunshine, which you can kind of see if I flip it over. You can see there's a moon inside of this, temple underneath her. And kind of what I'm getting from that is that it's that same thing. Be radiant, be light, just shine bright. Even though there's some shadows that we're dealing with, even though maybe internally there's some doubts, internally there's some fears, I think that's what it's going to be for most of us. Or even if just in our world circumstances are just all kind of crazy right now, go out and shine anyway. Still be gracious, still, walk with your head held high, even if there's something hiding in the shadows. Because there is support. You can see she's being held up. I almost want to picture like giant balloons, right above the image of the card, holding her up. So I almost want there's support, whether it's divine or from friends, family, co-workers, whoever. But I get this sense that there's something lurking in the shadows that we're not completely over with, but that doesn't mean we can't shine. That doesn't mean we can't be Queen Bee. Right? So being the boss, running the show. To me, Queen Bee really speaks to the idea of being a leader. You think of the queen of a hive. Whenever I think of bees, I always think of teamwork and community, because every bee has a role and they all work together like one massive machine. To be the queen bee means you're the heartbeat of that machine. And for some of you, that may be why you have to be Miss Sunshine. Maybe that's why you have to be radiant, because you are trying to lead. No, I shouldn't say. Not because you're trying to lead, because you are a leader. Whether this is, family, maybe you're the mom to your family unit, and that doesn't even mean you have to be like a mother. You can be a mom no matter what your gender or your role is. But if you're the caretaker in a family, you have to shine and be up and have your energy high, because everything trickles down from the top. So if you're crummy, the energy that comes down to whoever's beneath you or on the bottom of that totem pole, they're gonna get like nah. And that's not what you want to give. Same thing if this is work. If you're leading a team or trying to inspire others, even if you're not the boss, you can be inspiring coworkers. You need to be exhibiting this energy, even in a moment of strife or uncertainty, because this is the role you are meant to play. Queen Bee, you are guiding and leading others. All right. So we need your energy to be high, so that there's some left to trickle down and help the people around you. All right. Get back in there. All right. So for some reason, and I think I was thinking about what deck to use. I was thinking of using a completely different one. And then this one popped into my head as I was thinking about the Mars aspect. And I was like, all right, here we go. So this is the Wild Unknown. Here I'm talking. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Here I am talking about stepping into the unknown with the rune and our aspects, and I picked the Wild Unknown deck. I actually picked it because, and I do plan to do a review or start doing deck reviews, and I had a request a long time ago to specifically review this deck, and this will be the first deck I review when I finally get around to doing it. So for the person who asked for the Wild Unknown deck review, I saw it, I heard you, it's coming. I just need to figure out my life so I can do it. But it is coming. But this will be the first deck I review. But I actually chose it because I find this deck, when I use it, it speaks in a way that is very direct. It's not the, in my opinion, it's not the gentlest. You know, I try to put a positive spin on everything. This isn't the gentlest deck I own, but it's honest and it's blunt, and it's just like, here it is. Like, this is what you need to know, whether you like it or not. But I'm trying to help you out. Listen to this. I think it was the Mars aspect. I was like, that's kind of that's the voice I want to hear right now. Not feeling those. Oh, nice cards though. If you come back, we'll talk about it. All right, so first out, Daughter of Wands, love that. Mother of Pentacles, love that as well. Ooh, and Eight of Pentacles. If this doesn't confirm everything I just talked about. So, Daughter of Wands. To me, it's really telling me to get off your ass. This is that spark that gets you motivated. This is that their fire, that passion. You know, this is what you need to tap into to get you moving, get you back on your feet. Why? Because this is who you are, the Mother of Pentacles. This is the mom, and I love that this deck uses like family archetypes instead of like prince, princess, queen, king. You know, because I always refer to the queens as moms. You know, like all four of them are moms. They're all nurturing, but how they nurture comes through a different energy. The Queen of Pentacles, or the Mom of Pentacles, this is the mom that, are you eating right? Did you get enough rest? You know, oh, did you get in your 10,000 steps today? You know, like this is the mom concerned about your well-being and your health and your energy levels. You know, she's really grounded and stable. But this is that Queen Bee energy. This is that you know, nurturer for the community, for the family unit. You know, this is the one making sure the system is running properly. This is why we have to be so diligent. Eight of Pentacles is diligence, dedication, devotion. I don't know if this is going to be for all of you, but for some of you, I'm getting spiritual devotion with this card. And honestly, I don't know why. That's not something I normally see in this card. It is an element of this card for sure, but normally I don't see that. For some reason, someone out there, spiritual devotion is what I want to tell you. So, and you think about it, you know, spiritual wellness would still kind of fall under the Mother of Pentacles. And it may not even necessarily be for you. Like you could be counseling someone else. And it could be something as simple as, you know, doing this, you know, sharing messages. It could be, you know, helping someone with their chart. Who knows? It could be a bunch of things. But for some of you, it's definitely spiritual devotion. For the rest of you, it's dedication to taking care of this group, taking care of this, you know, family. But the need to get moving, you know, I almost wonder if this Queen of Pentacles almost has a dual meaning where we, and maybe I'm talking from personal experience, but this Mother of Pentacles, when this card shows up, not only is it, you know, concern for others, but it's also definitely taking a moment for yourself. If you're being overworked, this is a card that says, hey, take a look at your health. Hey, make sure you're getting your rest. Make sure you're drinking water. Like all those kind of things. You know, these two could be coming out together because yes, there may have been a moment where we needed to do this. Maybe we ran ourselves a little too hard, possibly by taking care of this group. You know, I think it's more so something else. But, you know, we kind of exhausted our energy stores and took a step back because we needed it. But the Daughter of Wands is popping up to say, hey, you need to get moving again. Like you've been sitting for too long. Maybe reading my own cards today. Oh, that was interesting. We're not going to take those though. It's way too many cards. Ooh. All right. All right. So, starting out real strong with the Judgment card. Purpose, calling. I think for those of you who this is really resonating, this is for those people who really feel a sense to nurture, where your calling is to really serve others. And I'm using those words because they're so general, because that can apply to many, many, many things. But if you feel that your mission is to serve, whether it's by teaching or guiding, or just nurturing, somehow, if you are in service, and that is really what you're meant to be doing, this is really a call to you specifically. That's who this is for. I feel like today's message is for a much smaller group than normal. Like, this one's kind of specific. And I almost wonder, whoever this is resonating with, if you've gone through something that made you take a step back, or made you, I almost want to say made you less sure of what you were doing. And I say that for a couple reasons. One, because bottom of the deck right now is the Five of Wands. So some type of inner conflict, some type of, doubt, strife. You got a couple voices in your head kind of combating each other. We also have the Five of Wands here. So I feel like some of you, or the person who this is really resonating with, is feeling a little down. It's funny because I don't necessarily feel like you lost anything, because a lot of times this card speaks to mourning, loss of some sort, definitely sadness. So I am getting the sadness, but I'm not getting the loss so much. Like, I feel like you're just kind of meh about something. You know what I mean? Like, there's like meh, like you're not having a tantrum, but it kind of feels like that kind of energy. Like, it just feels kind of mopey and kind of maybe even a little whiny, but more so the mopey. And then you have, some nice cards after that. You have the Father of Wands, which I think is coming through with his, it can be a very impulsive energy. It can also be a flirty energy. So I almost wonder if some of you, I'm figuring out how I want to say this, but I almost want to say that some of you, and I'm thinking this is mostly for my singles, but maybe not, but I'm also getting, because the Father of Wands or the King of Wands is a very charming, flirty, sensual energy. So I'm almost wondering if this Five of Cups is coming up as a sign of loneliness. Whether this is the energy we've been portraying, and we've been trying to, we've been casting a wide net and we haven't caught anything that's lasted or turned into something that we truly desire. So this could be, some sadness about that, or just loneliness for, wanting to, have someone in our lives, and we've been trying to do what we thought was necessary and it not be happening yet. So I think some of my singles who watch my readings, I think that may be coming through for some of you. And then right after that, we got the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience. It's just not time yet. And that's okay, because we don't want you to settle. It's not just, I just want to take what I can get. No, we want someone that's a perfect match for you. So if that's resonating with my singles out there, put this on the back burner. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means not now. There's higher priority. There's other people who need your help right now. And that's where you need to be putting your energy. Don't let this get you down, especially to the point where you can't function otherwise, all right? Again, I don't think that's for everyone. I don't even know if this is ever for everyone. I definitely feel like my reading today is a little more, it's not as general as I normally try to keep it. I think for all of us, this definitely applies. And then we're getting more like funneled each layer we go. All right, I kind of want to do, one more shuffle, but I kind of want to ask that this, perfect. I feel like something flipped over. Oh, I guess not. I kind of just want to do one more just as a kind of close out. All right, we're back on the everyone bus. Okay, I just wanted like some info on just like what can I give to the collective as well. So for everyone, Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling stuck. I think that definitely is applying here for those of us who are feeling overwhelmed, took a step back, but yet we need to get back into action. For those of us who maybe are feeling a little lonely or, you know, still seeking some type of partnership and we're still kind of waiting on that to manifest. So feeling blocked, feeling barred, feeling trapped. I love that this deck uses a chrysalis as the cage instead of being chained, because for a couple of things. The Eight of Swords is always perceived blocks. These are mental limitations, so they're not really true. You know, I mean, you think about it, there's gaps in between all these swords you could easily just walk right through. But I love that this deck uses a chrysalis, because, you know, a chrysalis is where a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. So we are growing, we are learning. There is a reason to this stall. There's a moment, a reason for this pause, because we are changing and transforming. What are we transforming into? Our Ten of Pentacles, our abundance. This is the full manifestation of the things we have been desiring. So no matter what this Ten of Pentacles is for you, if you're feeling like you're not making forward progress, or you're feeling swayed by something or distracted by something, that is okay. Even what I was talking about with, you know, our oracle cards, going with the flow. You know, it's almost like the river is going right, but we really want to go left. We're going right today. Let the river take you. It's taking you towards this. It's taking you closer to this. You just don't know it yet. And I talked about that with our rune. The need to go even without guarantees. There's no guarantee this is down that road, but I guarantee you there's no guarantee that it's down the other one either. So why not let some divine intervention happen? You know, because the divine is always working towards our best interest. So exercising a lot of trust today. And I don't even want to say it's trust in the divine. I think it's trust in the pause. It's the trust in the waiting. It's the trust in, you know, the possible loneliness. It's the trust in this step back, but being called back into action. Whatever your situation is, there is a need to trust that it was part of the story. It needed to happen. Whether, you know, and it could be many things. It could have been a pause that took you out of the equation because something was about to happen. So something happened while you took your step back that you wanted to avoid, or you needed this time to recover, or you're going to find a different opportunity now because of it. Like, you know, it could go in so many directions. And as I talk about that, I looked at my camera and it was 2222 on the recording time. So especially for those, because whenever I see 22, I always take that as a, you know, it is a master number, but being a double two, I always think of like the Two of Cups and, you know, the two people finding each other. So to have 4 twos, to me that's like a super confirmation that this is happening. It's just not the time. Here's some other things that you need to do, not necessarily related to this, but this just isn't ready yet. So instead of just sitting there moping, put that energy into something useful, and this will happen when it's meant to. All right, my loves, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Again, thank you for joining me for this video, and yes, thank you for all the love and the support you've been sending me. I feel it, I love it, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, keep those comments coming. I love hearing from you. If you have any questions for me, drop those in below. I did talk about the deck reviews. If you guys have any other decks that you'd like me to review, I may not necessarily go buy a brand new one at this moment, but if there's decks that you're interested in that you'd like me to talk about, I am super open. I'd love to hear about anything. If I have it, I'm more than happy to talk about it. But yeah, drop it in the comments below. You can also DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. And as always, you want to book a private session, that info will be in the description box. Alright, my loves, take care. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.